What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a new survival-ish game. It kind of reminded me from what I've seen so far of Dead in Bermuda, which was a game actually I really keep meaning to go back and replay Dead in Bermuda and Dead in Finland, and I just never have gotten around to it. Here's the thing, right? I've been doing this for about 8 or 9 years now on the internet. A very long time as far as internet media is concerned. Like, if you've been on YouTube for like 8 years and you're still like feeding yourself that way, it stands out. And one of the things that like happens over all of those years is that you kind of accumulate games that just get sent to you because everybody wants coverage nowadays. And like, my backlog is fairly enormous, like unbelievably enormous. And so I just never get to it. Help will come tomorrow. Let's check it on out. It's a game about a bunch of people that were on a train in Siberia that has crashed, and you've just got to survive for as long as possible, maybe? Let's find out. We can be a passenger. It's the least demanding experience. A milder initial condition of the characters, more resources and animals will be in the taiga, less threat and aggression from renegades, and there will be milder weather and events. The survivor level is optimally balanced experience where the aspects of survival and story are equally important. We have diversified character traits and initial characters' conditions. We have the average number of resources and animals, and then renegades and weather can give you a hard time. All right, let's try that one right there. We're going to go with the normal loadout. We were all passengers of a speeding train, divided into classes, quarreled and confined in our compartments. There was someone's story hidden in every one of them. War, escape, adventure, fight for change. Subcutaneously, however, we all felt that the end of the journey would be At that moment, all the divisions disappeared, and our stories merged into one. We've barely escaped death. Can you hear the shots? They're killing the other survivors. This is a replay from Zeminski Square. The Tsar's supporters are opening fire on the proletarians. You're talking nonsense. They're thugs or deserters. Don't talk so loudly. They're going to hear us. We've run a pretty long way. I think we can take a rest here, and the snow will cover our footprints. All right. Okay. So it looks like we've got a key aspect of survival for every single character. We've got hunger, and we've got thirst, we've got frost, and we've got fatigue. Every single one of them will have their own individual effect on that character. Okay? So it looks like we can just mouse over the icon if we wanted to find out about something. It looks like we can also pick up an item right here, so we've got a little bit of water, is what it looks like. So it looks like our friend over here on the Ushanka. I don't even know if that's an Ushanka, but anyway, it doesn't have the ear flappy things on it. I think it has to have the ear flappy things in order to be an Ushanka. I don't know, though. I'm not Russian. Let's see here. We can click this and hold it, and we can pick it up. And then it wants us to maybe just put that... Oh, it wants me to drag it onto him directly right there. So clean water. He's feeling better. That person is... Okay. Well, it has me go through, like, a bunch of stuff right now. I'm kind of, like, reading through it. I didn't want to, like... So I found that when I do tutorial stuff that's, like, mandatory at the beginning of the game or whatever, what I found is that it tends to eat up a lot of the video. And so I'm going to start, like, cutting that, and then I'll just explain as we go, as I figure things out. But anyways, for right now, it wants me to build a campfire. And so apparently I need to remove the snowbank. We can pick a character in order to do that, and it's going to cost an AP. Each of these characters has that little number right there is their AP, and then they also have like a character card that has like all of their social attributes and stuff like that. So some people are a member of the aristocracy, some people are like communists, some people are impertinent, you know, like, and they've got different traits and things that are going to be revealed as the game goes along that we'll have to deal with. And so anyways, we've got remove the snowbank. We don't have an optional tool right now, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we have one. And so anyways, we're going to have to find somebody to go ahead and unsnow this bank right here. So there he goes. Apparently that's reducing either his mood or the way that he feels. It looks like he is picking up some various resources that we can use right now in order to build a campfire, though, which will be nice. The action of removing the snow has unlocked the possibility of creating further camp structures. So every single structure has a development tree, in which building individual components will unlock new types of actions and further improvements. Very nice. Okay, and then so we can have it done by multiple characters. We can have it done, so I guess it's an option in the way that it works. We can either have 3 people work on it, or we can have 2 people work on it, and it really doesn't, like, matter. Yeah, so I'll probably have them both work on it right there. And then the solid campfire provides everybody in the camp with protection against frost. The better, the more firewood is thrown in on the given day. Okay. I would say that we make it makeshift for right now, because I don't really think we have too much stuff. And then down here, it looks like we have wood and we have structural elements, I guess? Oh, I get it. Okay, it's just to represent, like, what we need to have a handle on in order to get things going. Okay, I had to look at it for a second, but basically those are slots that need to be filled in with, like, the amount of items. All right, well, our campfire is going to be up and rolling, so there we go. This character likes to cooperate. When they perform an action together with another character, they will increase their own and their comrades' morale. That makes sense. He is a communist. This character knows the makeshift. All camp structures built and developed by them have higher quality. Oh, cool. So, like, he's better at doing makeshift stuff. I like it. This actually has more depth than I expected. As the result of work, relationships between working characters will have changed. Okay. So I guess in order to light a fire, we're going to need some fallen needles. And so it wants me to put that in there. Oh, nice, it animates. Very cool. I'm actually really, really happy to see that. And that fire looks really, really good. I like that graphic right there. It's kind of like a 3D kind of spell magic particle effect just over the top of the 2D rendering. Or I'm sorry, the 2D artwork, which I think actually looks pretty good in this case. They matched up the glow to the outside of the artwork right there really, really well with that central fire graphic. I like it. It looks good. The characters are warmed up now, but everything has a price. Oh, we're more visible now, so renegades might come around and try to rob us. Okay. Weather will have an impact on our visibility as well, and it will affect the condition of our characters, the chances of losing the expedition and camp structures every single day by covering them or damaging them and affecting their quality. Sounds good. All right, well, I feel like this is mostly, like, self-explanatory. We can go through, we've got a diary right here. There hasn't been, like, any changes or whatever, so I think we'll be fine right there. We could think about clearing out a snowbank. Oh, so am I going to have to throw that in there in order to make it increase? Okay. Oh, and, like, once we tamp out the fire, we can't do anything else with it. Okay. All right, well, we've got a shelter over here that we can build, and I think a shelter is probably a really good idea. So I'm going to tell him to unsnow it. Apparently he failed at the action. That's not good. There we go. Actually, we should probably go through and meet all the characters and get, like, a feeling for who they are and, like, what they believe in so that we can choose who should be paired with who in order to get tasks done the best way. Let's have a look. So we have Anna Mikhailova Kilkov, who is aristocracy. Okay. Her relationship with these other characters, apparently she very much likes the military officer. I don't know if he's a commissar, he's a czarist officer, I'm not sure who he's supposed to be. Her story is that she looks like a highborn and she is not used to the hardships of real life. Okay. We have the revolutionary, Wadim Bielov. This bearded man has not stopped talking since you escaped the crash site. He doesn't look like a scholar, but rather a radicalized person. Okay. His relationship right here seems to be with whoever this guy is. They've got 3 different stats for each of these: trust, friendship, and credit. Okay, so this is how much they appreciate the other person's contributions to the camp. This is how much they like the other person. And this is how much they trust the other person's good intentions. Those are distinct things. I know, like, these things seem like they're all intrinsic aspects of one another, but actually they've done a pretty good job distinguishing, like, how these things differ from one another. We have Grigory Dmitrievich, okay? Who is this guy? By the smell and appearance of the gentleman, there's a shortage of moonshine will worry him more than disaster and frost. So he's just like a random guy. He's just like a neutral that has no distinct characteristics as of right now that we're aware of. And then we have Dmitry Sokolov, who is an aristocratic officer in the military. There is determination behind his eye. There's also, I don't know if he got punched or if he's got some kind of scar right there. I don't know what that is. But either way, might need someone to look at it. So we have a shelter over here. We could see if we can do anything with it. We need 20 needles in order to get the shelter. Unfortunately, we don't have like any of that, so I don't think that's going to be supremely available for right now. We have a quarantine point. We can build a palisade, which will allow us to defend ourselves. Is there any way that we can like harvest or like go out and find more nettles and trees and things of that nature? It looks like we can mostly just unsnow things for right now. Wonder if there'll be stuff like laying around the camp later. No, I don't really want to do that. I don't really know what I want to do right now. I think building the shelter is probably what we should work towards the most rapidly. But it does look like we need a lot of needles in order to get that done. I do like how they still have the gunshots in the background right now of them just like executing people. It actually really makes this feel kind of grim. And it makes you feel as though you are, like, huddling amidst snowbanks right now. Like, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. Like, it's going to be you know what I mean? Let's add some fuel to this guy. Yeah, throw that in there. I'm not really too worried about our camp visibility right now. It's the beginning of the game, so I doubt they're going to have, like, armed men come by and execute us. Let's just focus on digging out these snowbanks, I guess. So we got some roots right there. We got a few more pine cones. Some bugs. Okay. We'll close that down for now. I'm just trying to get resources at the moment. Let's have her go do something. I've got a feeling she probably really doesn't want to do this. She's incompetent. She does not know the tasks that are entrusted to her. There's a small chance that any action will fail. Loss of both AP and resources. I wonder if both the aristocrats have that. So it looks like we uncover their traits. I would assume that a military officer would not have that problem. Like, if you're an officer, one would hope he's a perfectionist. Oh, the character prefers to do things precisely. The quality of their construction is higher and often gains credit while their morale increases when making solid structures. Unfortunately, their morale will drop whenever they make makeshift options. After each small action, they have a chance to waste an additional AP. So we never want to put this guy on makeshift, but we always want to have him on pristine, essentially. Okay, I can dig it. We are pretty much out of AP for right now. It's too dangerous to explore for the moment. Alright. Is there any other, like, little task that I can put her on? Like, we need more people to get that done, so unfortunately that's not really going to accomplish anything for us. If people are hungry... Okay, so what do these roots do right here? These edible roots. You can eat it, but it will probably cause indigestion. We can also eat bugs if we need to. And what's wrong with him? He's drunk. Okay. He's got a twisted ankle, and he's thirsty. We do have vodka right there. We have a cigarette for frayed nerves. Okay. I don't know how we get a lot of the things that we need to get our hands onto. I would assume that that's probably done through exploration or whatever. Yeah, let's end the day without using... I mean, she can't really do anything right now anyway, so I don't think there's a point to it. I love the animations and just like the overall kind of gilded czarist sort of brass kind of like golden age thing that's going on, kind of set against the characters who have kind of like dead eyes and everything else. It's sort of a very interesting juxtaposition for the art style. When not sleeping, characters sitting by the fire have conversations with one another. Every topic is an opportunity to get to know one another. Okay? Let's talk about Wadim. Comrades in misery, fate has put us under a difficult test, but I appeal to you. We will rise above our divisions. In the face of this danger, everyone, a frivolous aristocratic, greedy bourgeois, or a dumb peasant, must unite and cooperate. Bro, that's not the way that you pitch this idea. I feel like you could really work on this a little bit better. Like, every single one of these adjectives right here, you could have left that out and just been like, whether you're an aristocrat, a member of the bourgeois, or the peasantry. You know, like, you didn't need to put those adjectives in there, man. You're messing with the system right now. Is the frivolous about me? Today we say no to divisions, and no matter if you vomited oysters yesterday or cleaned it up. It's too much. Woe to us if at this critical moment we give in to prejudices or expect special treatment. I say this especially to you, Anna. I will keep an eye on you. Okay. I guess we can just do introductions. The situation is as follows. The enemy outnumbers you, is better armed, and they know the area. This character likes when something is going on, even if it doesn't have a positive effect. We have to secure the area. I will determine the order of patrols and changing of the watch at night. Does anyone have weapons? Captain, we're not a troop of soldiers, and we will not become one even under such a respectable command. Nonsense. The situation has turned all of us into soldiers, and the warriors need a commander. I protest. Soldiering is for men. Women are to become widows. Less talking, more action. I will take over the first watch, and at dawn we will look for sharp stones and metal fragments so that we can sharpen the perches and arrows. Apparently, we just get a long summation. What I would suggest is instead of forcing the player to watch this right here, where it's just like casually up-clicking everyone's... it's casually up-clicking everyone's relationship with one another. Instead, what should pop in is kind of a menu. So you should have that right there, but the skip should be larger. And then if you skip it, it should just bring up a menu that summarizes basically everything that happened in between each character. You could pretty much do that with kind of like a picture of their face, and then a picture of each other person's face with a plus or a minus next to it, and then the addition of every, you know, status effect as well. So our character, she's starveling. Oh, she gets hungry faster because she's used to a more luxurious diet. Okay, good to know. Oh, his does as well. Interesting. He dehydrates easier, yeah, because he's an alcoholic. Okay. Oh, really? Everybody's health goes, or hunger goes down more rapidly. That's not good. I wonder if you get random characters each time that you play, or if it's always these guys, or maybe random perks each time. The shots have ceased, and the renegades have retreated from the crash site, so now we can leave the camp. Descend the expedition in order to obtain new resources and explore the nearby area. We can go up to the map. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. We can send an expedition. So we've got the prep window right here. The expedition is an action with a cost for 1 or 2 characters for 1 action point. Alright. Good to know. So we can pick... Let's send him out. And we'll send him out. Alright, so we've got the expedition right now. Did they just kind of go out like randomly, or do I tell them to go somewhere? Well, I tell them to go somewhere. Okay, every move on the map increases the risk of being lost from the expedition and can force the members to stay overnight in the forest. Bad weather will increase this risk. Good to know. Okay, let's go ahead and search the area, I guess. It looks like we have found a number of things, so that's good. We've got psychedelic mushrooms. Okay. And we've got some bugs. We've got some sticks. Yeah, take everything, please. Can I search it again, or do we only get the one search? Okay. Apparently there's also a zone threat out here. Alright, so we can return when we want to. I would suggest that we go over here. Is that right? Oh, that's our inventory. Okay, let's search it one more time. And it looks like we've got a few more things here. That's good. We need to bring back what we can to try to get people settled. We have moss, we have scrap metal, we have some mushrooms, which apparently are pretty good for us, but they cause indigestion, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and return to camp. We've grabbed everything that we can, and I didn't really want the meter to go up any higher if we could help it. So now that we found more stuff, I would suggest that we make a makeshift shelter. And we take him, and we take him, and we tell them to go ahead and turn it into a shelter. My thinking is that these two will know more about how to build a makeshift shelter than just about everybody else does. A bit of luck can get you out of a lot of trouble, so apparently he's naturally lucky. That's good to know. I love the way they're revealing little bits and pieces of our character over here. Oh, apparently they don't like each other. Alright, well, that's good to know. Alright, well, we've learned a thing today. Apparently we can have an isolated bed. 2 people can rest in the shelter at the same time during the day. Additionally, rest will reduce more fatigue. We can get a simple cover as well. I don't know if we have the stuff for it. So apparently we have wood, we have structure, and we have needles. I don't think I have any needles right now. Yeah, I think we used up all the needles just making like the baseline thing. Okay, well then let's go back. And now that we've got our shelter all nice and set up, I think setting snares is a really good idea too. That shelter isn't much. Let's go ahead and feed everybody too. So we have a mushroom right here. We will give the mushroom to her. Let's get everybody fed. We didn't find any water, which is kind of a bummer. Apparently he's hallucinating. He's got a good chance of failing any action, but in return we'll get their morale back. Okay, so after our actions, that's when we want to give these guys the mushrooms or whatever to get their hunger down. Because they're going to be useless anyways, so they might as well be fed, right? Indigestion. We'll lose some morale at night. Yeah, but he's also tripping balls, so maybe it'll be okay. I think we're probably going to have to go out and find... Oh, the bugs make you hallucinate too! Okay. I was kind of hoping we would start out with more supplies right now. Like some water or something. Like, where do we even get water from? Ah. There's pot, kettle, and all that kind of stuff. Gotcha. Okay. Well, what can we do with the pot? We need clay mix so we can click delicious mission. Okay, so we can make some stuff. We can make water as well. So, yeah, I think that's a really, really good idea. Let's get the... Yeah, we'll put the rocks in there. Not enough character AP. She's kind of incompetent, though, isn't she? Oh, dude, and I think everybody's tripping right now, too. Yeah, man. Like, literally everybody is tripping at the moment. Not good. What if I send her out on expedition? Maybe that'll work out good. There's a renegade patrol near our expedition. It's best to avoid meeting. If it enters the zone where the patrol is, or it goes the... Okay, so we gotta, like, kind of return to camp, I guess. So they didn't really get anything. Alright, that's fine. We're just feeling it out for right now. I definitely think this is a game where you kind of gotta know what's happening going in. And sort of, like, plan for it, maybe. Yeah, throw in a couple of pine cones, I guess. Let's say our camp visibility doesn't really seem to matter too much, but like, I keep trying to drag it to their portraits for whatever reason. I don't know why. Alright, well just eat food, okay? Everybody eat food until you don't feel trash anymore. I don't know why I keep trying to do that. It's like the logical thing for me to drag it to their portrait for some reason. Alright, we're going to end the day. We didn't get a whole lot done right here, but hopefully everybody feels better tomorrow because I appear to be running this situation into the ground. Why should we stick in the forest in the cold? When we were still driving, a bend of a river could be seen in the north. We should go to it. I think it's Selenga or some influence of it. Anyways, all the rivers in this area flow into Baikal. That's what I'm talking about. See, we can build a raft, and then the next thing we know, Irkutsk. Each dialogue should be conducted sensibly. The decisions affect the relationship between the characters and their morale. Okay. Well, at least we can look down the river and check the ice condition. After all, it's autumn, so maybe the river will be navigable. And if it's covered with hard ice, we can build a sleigh like Chuk-Chi. Traveling down the river can be feasible even without a team. This isn't stupid. Alright. I'm cold. Get me out of here. Maybe you'd like some caviar. I beg your pardon? Easy, miss. A bit of humor does no harm in this situation. Humor? I'm frozen to the bone. Please, we must do something. My poor Viera. She would bring me my furs right now and then brew chai with a rock. Those butchers. Oh, Viera and Aunt Natska. Crying isn't going to bring them back to life. We need to worry about ourselves now. Why did we leave St. Petersburg? We should have stayed at the estate of Prince Uchansky. And Auntie, she would have accepted this proposal. Apparently, she's in with, like, royalty. She's not only the aristocracy, she is, like, the blue-bloodiest of the blue bloods. She's, like, up there where she knows, like, princes and kings and stuff. There's, like, different levels, in my opinion, to aristocracy. There's, like, people that are, like, landholders, you know, and, like, there's, like, the sheriff, which is kind of, like, a little aristocratic. But then there's also, like, way up the chain like her, like the barony and whatnot. I think we're going to have to send people out to harvest. I don't think we have much of a choice. It's just going to have to play out like that. We got to find some more food. We got to find some more resources. We got to find some more building materials. The problem is she's, like, more or less useless. And so, like, until we find something that she's good at, I think we're going to struggle. Send these two out to here. Found some feathers. We did find nettles, so that's good. Nettles are nice. We aren't lost yet, so that's good. Can we search the same area twice? Oh, we can. We can just totally, like, go through this if we want. We're not lost yet, but our loss probability is getting there. I want to see, like, I think maybe it has to do with how good our characters are, maybe. We can definitely send them down to here, though, and, like, search one more time. There we go. That's a little better. All right, return to camp. So we brought back quite a few things. I think I underutilized my ability to explore last time because I thought you had to move every single time you pick something up, and instead it doesn't appear to work like that. We all are already, like, indigestion-ridden and whatnot and have, like, giardia and everything else, so who cares? Just keep eating food. It looks like you also... Let's actually think about... I wanted to do the pot over here. We can put those two together. But they don't like each other. So maybe you two, possibly? Oh, they don't particularly like each other either. It's probably due to their morale. I would suggest that we get this taken care of. Alright. We got a cook fire now, which is great. Which means that we can either fraternize, we can grill some food, we can roast an animal. We can also cook some food over here to make like a fruit tea. We need water, however. How do I get water? That's what I really want. A small water filter. Okay, we'll put him in, and let's focus on water first. We can throw some sticks in right there, and then we've got that, so let's go ahead and do it. Hopefully they don't screw it up, because we could really use this if we want to survive a little bit longer. Like, it would be great. Alright, so now in our actions... we can filter water. Good. Okay, filter the water. We are, like, desperately in need of water, so filter water if you can. Nice. So we got a little bit of water that we can give to people now. So let's kind of pass it around. This water's pretty bad at the moment. But anyways, this game is called Help Will Come Tomorrow. It's very, very similar to like Dead in Bermuda and Dead in Vinland. However, that being said, the production values on it are pretty good, and it seems to focus a lot more on like upgrading your base and doing other random stuff. I mean, it's basically a game in the kind of same genre. We've been seeing that a lot lately. Like, I feel like, so the game is done at a good enough quality to where I don't really mind the fact that it's really sharing those aspects with Dead in Vinland and Dead in Bermuda. You know, it's kind of hard with games like this to really say where emulation and in originality have their demarcation point. And I think people are going to see it in a lot of different ways. Like, some people are going to think that this is like a blatant copy. Other people who really enjoyed those games are just going to be glad that there's something else that's very similar that they can play their way through and like learn to get along with new characters. I'm going to leave that decision up to you guys in the audience, because I don't really think that I'm the guy with the big brain strategies to come up with where that line is drawn. And so anyways, all I can say to you for right now is that we've had no bugs. I really like the art style. I feel like the presentation and the way that the game is shown to the player is very, very good. And so anyways, I don't see a whole lot of flaws around here to be upset about if you're looking for a new survival game that is very similar to Dead in Vinland or very similar to Dead in Bermuda. So check the game out. I got a link for you down below in the description. Take care, everybody, and I will see you next time. And that's all I got for you till tomorrow, when once again, we do something cool. All right?